Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into dreams.
Ooh, dreams.
Specifically, how we interpret them. So all those crazy stories that our brains make up when we're asleep.
Right.
What do they mean? And luckily, there are some pretty awesome resources out there to help us figure all that out.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to be looking at Dream Dictionary and Dream Moods today.
Those are the good ones, yeah.
To kind of try to decode those symbols and scenarios and see if we can maybe unlock some of the meaning behind them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are curious about dreams.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a mystery. Everyone wants to know, like, what's going on in there.
Right. What's my brain trying to tell me?
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many different ideas out there.
It can be overwhelming.
Oh, totally.
So many different theories and...
Throughout history, people have always been fascinated by dreams.
Oh, yeah.
There's all these different schools of thought on, like, what they mean.
Okay, so maybe before we get too deep into that,
Yeah.
what about those dream dictionaries that everyone loves?
Right.
Are those actually useful tools, or are they just like a fun kind of late-night Google rabbit hole?
I think they can be a little bit of both, honestly.
Okay.
It's more like they're a starting point.
Okay.
You know, they're not, like, going to give you all the answers.
Not a crystal ball.
Right, exactly.
No.
But they can give you some clues, some things to think about.
Like a flashlight?
Yeah, like a flashlight.
Okay.
Exactly. And then you can take those general meanings and see how they apply to your own life.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So for instance, Dream Dictionary mentions that animals often represent our instincts.
Okay.
So how would we actually use that information to interpret a specific dream?
Yeah, so let's say you have a dream and there's like a soaring eagle.
Okay, an eagle.
Yeah.
I like eagles.
So instead of just thinking, oh, that automatically means freedom,
Right.
you have to ask yourself, what does freedom mean to me, like right now in my life?
Okay, so what's relevant to me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you craving more freedom in like your work or maybe in your relationships or even in just like your creative pursuits?
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's where you can start to make those connections.
Dream moods also really emphasizes that point.
Right.
Like they say, no one is a better expert at interpreting your dreams than yourself.
Absolutely.
But there are so many different theories out there. It's
Yeah.
like, where do we even begin?
Right. Well, it can be helpful to like know some of the big name, the people who've really influenced how we think about dreams.
Okay, so who are we talking about here?
So like Carl Jung,
Okay.
Dream Dictionary mentions him a bit.
Okay, I've heard of him.
He believed that dreams connect us to our unconscious.
Oh, so that like hidden part of ourselves?
Yeah, exactly. It's like all those emotions and memories and even like forgotten experiences that we're not really aware of in our everyday lives.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like dreams are giving us a peek behind the curtain.
So like an iceberg.
Yeah, like an iceberg. There's this whole huge mass underneath the surface.
And our dreams are showing us what's down there.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jung's all about connecting to that deeper self.
Yeah, and he thought that those glimpses could help us grow, understand ourselves better.
Makes sense.
But then you have someone like Sigmund Freud.
Oh, yeah, Freud. Everyone's heard of Freud.
He's kind of like the celebrity of dream analysis.
Right.
Dream Dictionary touches on his ideas too.
Okay, so what was Freud's take?
Well, he saw dreams as more like expressions of, hidden desires.
Ooh, hidden desires. That sounds juicy.
Like it can be. Yeah, it's like those urges and impulses that we might not even be consciously aware of.
Okay, so maybe things we're not willing to admit to ourselves even.
Right, exactly. And Freud thought that dreams were a way for those desires to kind of like let off steam in a symbolic way.
Okay, so you've got Jung connecting us to our deeper selves.
Yeah.
And Freud exploring those hidden urges.
Right.
But both of them are saying that dreams aren't just random nonsense.
Exactly. They're trying to tell us something.
It's a language.
Yeah, it's like a language that we can learn to understand.
That's a cool way to think about it.
And like any language, it has different dialects.
Yeah, man.
Not all dreams are created equal.
Right, different types of dreams.
Yeah, we've got those nightmares that make your heart race.
Ugh.
The ones that keep coming back over and over again.
The recurring dreams.
Yes, exactly. And then there's those weird ones where you think you're awake, but you're actually still dreaming.
Oh my gosh, the false awakenings, those
Yeah.
are the worst.
I know. It's like you're going about your day and then suddenly you realize you're still in bed.
It's so disorienting.
It is. But it's also really interesting from an interpretation standpoint.
Oh, how so?
Well, think about it. Why would your mind create a scenario where you think you're awake, but you're not actually in control?
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's like your subconscious is trying to tell you something.
So maybe it's connected to feeling stuck or powerless in real life.
That's a great insight. Yeah, it could be that your subconscious is trying to break free, even if it's only within the dream.
Wow, so even the type of dream can give us clues.
Yeah, definitely. Dream Dictionary even talks about how nightmares, while they can be terrifying, might actually be a way for us to process difficult emotions.
Really, even nightmares.
Yeah, they're not always just random scary stories.
Ah.
Sometimes they can be a way for our minds to work through things that are bothering us.
So, like a way to face our fears in a safe space.
Exactly like a dress rehearsal for real life.
Okay, that's kind of reassuring.
Yeah, and they give an example in Dream Dictionary about dreams of a dead baby.
Oh, wow, that's a heavy one.
It is. But they say that even a dream like that, however disturbing it might be, could actually be a way to work through feelings of loss or anxiety about responsibility.
Okay, so not necessarily a literal premonition.
Right. It's more about the emotions behind the imagery.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So even those scary dreams can serve a purpose.
Wow, I'm starting to see dreams in a whole new light.
That's great.
But what about those recurring dreams? The ones that keep coming back over and over again?
Yeah, those are often linked to anxieties or unresolved conflicts in our waking lives.
So it's like our subconscious is hitting the repeat button,
Exactly.
trying to get our attention.
Yeah, like, hey, there's something here you need to address.
So, like, if I keep dreaming about missing a deadline,
Right. It could be a sign that you need to get more organized or maybe reevaluate your priorities.
okay, it's like a personal wake-up call.
Yeah, a little nudge from your subconscious.
That's helpful.
And then there's those psychic dreams where people dream about something and then it actually happens.
Ooh, those are freaky.
They are. Do you think those have any validity or are they just coincidences?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Neither Dream Dictionary nor Dream Moods give a definitive answer.
Really?
Yeah, even experts debate about whether they're real or not.
So some people think they're genuine glimpses into the future.
Right, and others think it's more like our minds are making subconscious connections that we weren't aware of.
So maybe our brains are just really good at spotting patterns after the fact.
That could be it.
It's like that saying, everything is connected.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe our dreams are just showing us those connections in a more dramatic way.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
And it highlights how we often want concrete answers when it comes to dreams.
We want to know for sure.
Yeah, but sometimes the most valuable insights come from exploring the questions themselves.
Okay, so we've talked about different types of dreams and some big theories.
Right.
But what about those symbols that pop up in dreams?
Oh, yeah, the symbols.
Are there universal meanings, or is it all subjective?
Well, Dream Dictionary actually emphasizes that many symbols have universal meanings across different cultures and religions.
Oh, really? So it's not all random.
Not necessarily animals, for instance, often represent our instincts.
Okay, that makes sense.
And specific animals tend to carry similar meanings in different societies.
So, like, what kind of animal are we talking about?
Well, for example, a snake is often associated with transformation or hidden knowledge.
Oh, like shedding your skin and starting anew.
Exactly.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's a powerful symbol.
What about places?
Places can be incredibly symbolic, too.
Okay.
They often represent different aspects of ourselves, like our memories, emotions, or even our aspirations.
So, like, what if I keep dreaming about my childhood home?
Well, your childhood home could symbolize your sense of identity.
Okay.
But if the house is different in your dream than how you remember it,
Oh, it always is.
then it suggests that your perception of those early influences is evolving.
That's fascinating.
It's like our dreams are giving us a guided tour of our own internal landscape.
But with some creative renovations along the way.
Exactly.
So are there any other symbols from Dream Dictionary or Dream Moods that particularly stand out to you?
Well, there's so many fascinating ones.
Yeah.
But one that comes to mind is the Ouroboros.
Ooh, the Ouroboros. What's that?
It's this ancient symbol of a serpent or dragon eating its own tail.
Oh, wow.
It represents the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. Wow, that's a powerful image.
Imagine dreaming of that.
Yeah, what kind of personal transformation might your subconscious be hinting at?
That's deep.
Yeah, it's like a cosmic reminder that endings are often beginnings in disguise.
I love that.
And then there's the phoenix, another powerful symbol from Dream Dictionary.
Oh, yeah, the phoenix?
This mythical bird rises from its own ashes.
Right.
It represents renewal and overcoming adversity.
So like a symbol of resilience.
Exactly what challenges are you facing that might call for this kind of strength?
It's like our dreams are speaking to us in this symbolic language, offering guidance and insights.
They are. It's just up to us to learn the vocabulary.
It is all so intriguing.
It is, isn't it?
And I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of dream interpretation.
We have. But don't worry, our journey continues.
Okay, good.
In the next part, we'll delve into the practical side of things, how to become your own dream detective and unlock those personalized meanings.
Sounds good. I'm ready to put on my detective hat. Okay, so we've explored all these fascinating dream theories and symbols.
We have.
But now I'm thinking, how do we actually apply all of this to our own dreams?
Right. How do we actually use this information?
Yeah, what are the practical steps?
Well, the good news is
Good.
both Dream Dictionary and Dream Moods emphasize that we really have all the tools we need within ourselves.
Oh, so we don't need like fancy dream-catching gadgets.
You don't need to buy anything
Okay,
special.
well, ancient rituals.
No, not necessary.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah, one simple but powerful tool that both sources recommend is keeping a dream journal.
Oh, a dream journal.
It might seem basic, but it can be incredibly effective.
I've tried dream journaling before,
Yeah.
but honestly, those dreams disappear faster than my willpower at a dessert buffet.
I hear you, dreams can be slippery.
They really are.
But even just jotting down a few keywords or images as soon as you wake up can make a huge difference.
Okay, so even if it's just like fragments.
Exactly. Fragments are fine.
Like giant talking hamster lost keys feeling anxious.
Perfect. Yeah, those are great.
That's enough.
Yeah, those fragments are like breadcrumbs leading you back to the dream.
Okay, breadcrumbs.
And the more you practice, the more those breadcrumbs might turn into full-fledged dream scenes.
So I just keep my dream journal by my bedside
Yeah, keep it close at hand.
and treat it like a dream detective's notepad.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm writing down these dream snippets.
Right.
What's next? Do I just grab my dream dictionary and start matching symbols?
That can be tempting, I know.
It is.
But remember, Dream Moods stresses that no one knows your dreams better than you.
Okay, so I'm the expert.
You are the expert.
Got it.
So once you have those keywords, take a moment to shift from detective mode to analyst mode.
Okay, from detective to analyst. I like it.
Think about the emotions that those images stirred up.
Okay.
Feelings? Yeah. And do they connect to anything going on in your waking life right now?
So it's not just about finding the correct interpretation,
Right.
but about what resonates with me personally.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
So for example, let's say you dream about being chased.
Okay, classic dream.
Instead of immediately thinking, oh, I must be feeling stressed,
Right.
dig a little deeper.
Why?
Who or what was chasing you?
Okay, good question.
How did that make you feel? Maybe it was a looming deadline,
Oh, yeah.
highlighting work anxieties,
That would make sense.
or maybe it was something more abstract,
Okay.
like a shadowy figure,
Ooh, spooky.
suggesting deeper fears that you haven't fully acknowledged yet.
Wow. Okay, so those seemingly random details can actually reveal a lot.
They can. It's like solving a puzzle piece by piece.
I like that analogy.
And just like with puzzles, sometimes you need to try different approaches.
Okay, what kind of approaches are we talking about?
Well, one technique that can be helpful is dream incubation.
Dream incubation. That sounds interesting.
It is basically, before you go to sleep, you focus on a specific question or dilemma that you'd like guidance on.
So, like, I'm facing a big decision,
Right.
and I can literally ask my dreams for advice.
Precisely. It might sound a little woo-woo,
A little bit.
but a lot of people find it surprisingly effective.
Okay, I'm willing to give it a try.
Just remember to be open to receiving those insights in symbolic language, not necessarily a direct answer.
Okay, so not like a fortune cookie.
Right. Not exactly.
More like a metaphor or an image.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say you're trying to decide whether or not to take a new job.
Okay, big decision.
Instead of dreaming, take the job, you might dream of climbing a mountain,
Okay, climbing a mountain.
symbolizing the challenge,
Right.
but also the potential rewards at the top.
I can see that.
Your dreams might offer you a new perspective or highlight things you hadn't considered consciously.
It's like brainstorming with your subconscious.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got dream journaling, self-reflection, and dream incubation.
Right.
Any other pro tips for becoming a master dream interpreter?
Well, both Dream Dictionary and Dream Moods emphasize the importance of emotions.
Oh, emotions.
Pay attention to how you felt during the dream and how you feel when you wake up.
Okay, so those feelings are important.
They're like your subconscious compass guiding you towards the heart of the matter.
So even if I can't remember the specific details,
Yeah,
that lingering feeling of anxiety or joy could be a clue.
exactly. It's like the emotional resonance of the dream sticks with you, even after the images fade.
It's like how a song can evoke powerful emotions even years later.
That's a great way to put it.
The melody might change, but the feeling stays with you.
Exactly.
This is all so empowering.
It is.
It's like we're not just passive spectators in our dreams.
Right.
We can actually engage with them and learn from them.
Absolutely. And that's where things get really exciting.
Oh, how so?
We've been talking about interpreting existing dreams,
Right.
but what if we could shape them intentionally?
Ooh, shaping our dreams intentionally.
Yeah, have you ever heard of lucid dreaming?
Lucid dreaming.
It's where you become aware that you're dreaming while it's happening.
Wow, so you're conscious within the dream.
Exactly. It's like taking the driver's seat in your own dream world.
That sounds incredible.
It is. Neither of our sources really delve into specific techniques for lucid dreaming,
Okay.
but it's definitely a fascinating path to explore.
I bet I can only imagine the possibilities.
Yeah.
Facing fears, exploring fantastical landscapes, maybe even having deep philosophical conversations with dream characters.
It's like having your own personal holodeck.
Exactly. And some people believe that lucid dreaming can offer profound insights into the nature of consciousness.
Yeah, and the power of the subconscious mind.
Okay, lucid dreaming is definitely going on my must-try list.
I think you should.
So as we wrap up this part of our dream exploration, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listeners?
I think the most important thing to remember is that dream interpretation is a deeply personal journey.
Okay.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer key.
Everyone's different.
Trust your intuition, explore what resonates with you, and above all, approach your dreams with curiosity and a sense of wonder.
I love that it's like we're all explorers charting the uncharted territories of our own minds.
Exactly, and who knows what treasures we might uncover along the way.
And speaking of uncovering treasures, our journey isn't over yet.
Oh, that's right.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive where we'll explore some intriguing final thoughts about the potential of dreams
How good.
and leave you with questions to ponder as you continue your own dream exploration. Okay, so we've covered a ton about dreams already.
We have.
Dream dictionaries, symbols, subconscious messages, even lucid dreaming.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
It has, but before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, where do you think all of this leads? What's the ultimate potential of understanding our dreams?
That's a great question, and it's something that people have been pondering for centuries, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
We often think of dreams as reflections of our past,
Okay.
like replays of experiences, fears, desires.
Right, like processing what's already happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if they're also offering us glimpses into our future potential?
Ooh, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
So not just looking back, but maybe even revealing paths we haven't considered yet.
Exactly. Our subconscious minds are constantly absorbing information, making connections, exploring possibilities.
Right.
What if dreams are a way for those subconscious insights to kind of bubble up to the surface?
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, offering us creative solutions, maybe warnings about potential pitfalls, or even nudges towards, fulfilling our true potential.
So it's like our dreams are running these complex simulations while we sleep,
I love that analogy.
testing out different scenarios and then sending us the results in this symbolic emotional language.
Precisely. And if we can learn to decode those messages, imagine the possibilities.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
It could change how we approach decision-making, problem-solving, even just understanding ourselves better.
So maybe that recurring dream about missing a flight,
Right.
it's not just about anxiety about being late.
Yeah, maybe it's a deeper message about needing to prioritize self-care or reevaluate your commitments.
Okay, so it's about looking beyond the surface.
Exactly. And even those seemingly silly dreams.
Yeah, like the one where you're giving a presentation in your underwear.
That's a classic.
It could actually be pointing to insecurities you need to address.
Right. It's like our dreams are these wise but cryptic advisors.
They're trying to guide us.
Yeah, nudging us in the right direction.
But it's up to us to listen and interpret those messages.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole exploration so fascinating.
It is.
We've learned about different frameworks and tools,
Right.
but the key takeaway is that you are the ultimate expert on your own dreams.
So no matter what those dream dictionaries say,
Right.
the most meaningful interpretation comes from connecting those symbols and scenarios to my own life, my emotions, my goals, my fears.
Exactly. It's that personal connection that unlocks the true power of dream interpretation.
I like that.
It's not about finding the one right answer.
Okay.
It's about having a conversation with your subconscious, asking questions, and being open to unexpected insights.
It's like we've been given this incredible gift,
We have.
this nightly portal into our own inner world.
And yet so many of us just sleepwalk through it.
Yeah, without even realizing the potential it holds.
But by shifting our perspective,
Okay.
by embracing curiosity and a willingness to explore,
Right.
we can transform those fleeting dreams into powerful tools for growth and self-discovery.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into dream interpretation, What's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I want them to approach their dreams with a sense of wonder and possibility.
I love that.
Keep that dream journal handy. Write down even the smallest details. Explore the emotions each dream evokes.
Yes,
And most importantly, ask yourself, what are my dreams trying to tell me?
that's the key question.
Are they simply echoes of the past, or could they be whispers of my future potential?
Beautiful.
It's like we're all adventurers setting out to explore the uncharted territories of our own minds.
Exactly. And who knows what we might discover along the way.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into dream interpretation.
That was fun.
It was. We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the world of symbols, subconscious messages, and the boundless potential of the dreaming mind.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
Until next time, happy dreaming.